Odyssey Jones fired. Now, this is slightly more bizarre, really, because it's we don't know all the facts yet, but apparently I'm guessing that WWE knows more than we know at this point. But anyway, Odyssey Jones, after 2 years in the wilderness between NXT call-up and main roster debut, made an impact on WWE Raw a few weeks ago and aligned himself with the New Day, and seemingly would have triggered a slow burn heel turn of Xavier Woods. We actually even watched it and we referenced it a few weeks ago. Then, a few days ago, Odyssey Jones was removed from the internal roster and also the WWE.com public roster with no explanation. So a couple of days later, Odyssey Jones was said to have been fired. Sean Ross Sapp wrote for Fightful, Odyssey Jones was removed from WWE TV when domestic violence allegations came to light, Fightful has learned. We've not heard of an arrest or charges being pressed in relation to the situation. We've reached out to WWE for comment, as well as clarification on his status. Talent had not been informed of the situation. So, this is pretty explosive stuff, because they only just got him on the roster and figured him in a decent spot, and then off he goes.
Yeah, that almost directly flies in the face of what you just said. They think that, wouldn't they have known this 3 weeks prior to him getting fired? Wouldn't they know that?
No, I doubt it. I think this is fairly recent.
But it's not. I thought it was like a year or two ago.
No, this apparently some things happened this July. So about 6 weeks ago, and I'm going to show you something now. So just bear with me a second, and it is just 1 second. Let me just pause. Okay, so we're back, and I wanted to bring this to your attention. I don't think anyone really paid any mind to it at the time because it was just a random Twitter account, no history or no past or anything, just sort of sprang up. The truth about Odyssey Jones at About Odyssey, and it is a series of tweets all made on July 19th.
But isn't it the person that is that their handle is The Truth About Odyssey Jones?
Yeah, we suspect
that's the woman.
Yeah, this is the woman we think. I mean, anything could be a parody account. You know what it's like, Dutch.
Yeah.
But here we go. Tagging both. I could have died while on vacation with him, and wants to pretend like nothing happened and try to keep me shut. Goes on vacation for his birthday only to give the woman he was with a slight concussion and leave her bruised up. Has mental issues and pretends to mask it and cover it up. Odyssey Jones is nothing but a woman beater and abuser. I have the receipts to prove it as well. Stuff like that. So apparently this started coming out on July 19th.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say check the date. It's all July 19th, right?
Every single one of the tweets of, 10
said
or
so? He could have killed me.
Yeah.
He went there. Almost killed me while on vacation with him. Wow. So, and I was going to bring up what happened to the old American slogan, innocent until proven guilty. But I guess WWE wanted to get rid of a problem before it manifested itself into a bigger problem. So,
yeah,
and that's what they did.
It's a fair comment.
Where's this guy from? Odyssey Jones. He's a big guy.
He is a big guy. It's a fair comment as well. If I'll just address it briefly. You're right. There is. Oh, for God's sake, bear with me. It's WWE are very, very sensitive to these things, especially ever since Vince McMahon. And all those lawsuits have come out as well. And you're right to say that innocent until proven guilty, because as far as at least this Fightful statement is that they don't believe he has been arrested or at least charged, or charges being pressed. But we don't know that at the time, and I don't know if it's WWE.
So he hasn't been arrested or charged as of yet.
Possibly, yeah. That's where we're at the moment. We don't know if he's been arrested and charged, but he could be. Brooklyn, New York is where he was born. His alma mater is Syracuse University. So here's the thing, though: is WWE, I suspect, probably know more than what the public at large know, and that's why they're being proactive. But even, do you think that's the right way to be?
How many attorneys do you think WWE has on salary?
Oh, they'll have a team. They'll have a small team.
At least 10, I would say. So they've investigated this. And of course, they're leaving it alone right now because that old slogan, that sleeping dogs lie, until it pops its head back up, and then they'll get up and defend their actions. But
it's a case-by-case basis, because I'll give you a couple of examples. Velveteen Dream. Now, this wasn't domestic abuse, but it was other very weird behaviour, including filming people like Chuck Berry in the bathroom, allegedly. They got rid of that dude, and everyone was like, "Well, I can't believe you just fired him. What's going on?" And then a few days later,
who filmed Chuck Berry in the bathroom?
No, Chuck Berry apparently had a restaurant, and he put hidden cameras in the women's bathrooms.
Okay.
So yeah. Anyway, Velveteen Dream was fired, and then everyone couldn't believe until more of these stories started filtering out. And then with Odyssey Jones, they got rid of him immediately. And I was thinking with Enzo Amore as well, because there was an allegation made about him, but it was, I think pretty much it was fairly quickly debunked with Enzo, but WWE never gave him a second chance. Are they being too sensitive, do you think, to these kind of allegations if there's no conviction or at least arrest?
Well, it's their company. They can do with as they please. A different owner, different regime. Now, Vince would just let 3 months go by and just ease back into it. But the way the world is now, when you do something, you're going to have a bunch of people who's going to rally behind the women. And if he did this, he's a piece of crap. Really, he is. And I'm not defending him at all. But like I said, Endeavor, they want to start off with a clean slate, and they want to lay the law down now. This is the way it's going to be. And they don't want any problems going forward. I don't blame them, because wrestlers are like football players, or like anybody else. They're not perfect, but they're under the spotlight more than regular people. And if I don't, even I've worked with people that I heard things about. I didn't want to work with them, but since they were employed there, I had to. So I went ahead and did it. So they don't care what the talent thinks. They care what the customers think. They pay attention to what fans think and feel, because if it's going to hurt their bottom line, they'll do away with the guy. So and I don't know how much you know about this. What was Odyssey Jones? What was the charge? That he beat a woman up?
Yeah.
A girlfriend?
Yeah,
or just a woman.
No, girlfriend, domestic violence, DV.
Okay, what if it was just a friend and it happened? Would that still be considered domestic violence?
I think you have to be cohabiting or married or something like that to have it count, because it's within a relationship. I think domestic violence counts.
Well, to me, I don't care if they got rid of him or not. I'm not fans of the real big, heavy set guys anyway, because they can't do anything. I mean, you finally have to find guys that know how to wrestle, to get in there, to wrestle them, to make them look like they belong. That's a talent in and of itself. So if they got rid of him, fine. And now the other guy you was talking about, what was his name? Velveteen
Dream, yeah.
So
that wasn't.
But I think
domestic violence.
But I think he was fairly well. He was pretty decent in the ring, right?
He wasn't a great wrestler, but he had a great character, sort of like Randy Savage-esque.
Okay, now why did they get rid of him?
I think there were drug issues, and then there were lights of creepy behaviour, let's say, as well. Just various things. So they just said, you know what, you're not worth it, buddy, and got rid of him.
What kind of behaviour?
Creepy behaviour.
Yeah.